Howdy, 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 hey. How's everybody doing today? Wait for a few more people to get in here, and then we'll get things shaking and cracking. What that? Yeah, I'm also primarily waiting for Adobe Audition to pop open. I don't know why it's been acting really slow this last like week or so. Switch this over here. But yeah, that's primarily what I'm like working on today is words. Working on sound stuff basically. Because the edit's locked. The edit's been locked. Edit's been locked for a hot minute. Colors been locked for a little while. Music's currently underway. The rest of the sound design is getting worked on. So like the sound effects for the fights are currently getting blasted out by Seth Films. We're waiting on a couple more of the VFX. Not that much is left. It's mostly just like green screening the windows because I handed it off to a guy named Hurricane Gold this time around. I figured he would just be able to do it better than I did last time, frankly. So I handed that off to him. And I'm hoping it'll turn out a lot better than what I did for the first episode. Is the second episode of Power Rangers. This will be we're editing the sound for the second episode today. And for some reason, Audition is just deciding to lock up. So we'll just hang out until it decides to not be a piece of shit. Where do you pull the sound effects from? That's a better question for Seth. I know where I pull them from. I mostly pull them from sound packs that we've purchased over the years. So like I buy from Triune Films. I buy from various other creators, and what they do is they have sound effect packs that are specifically designed for filmmakers, and they'll come with like a bunch of stuff, and then you just kind of work with it and you plug and you play it. It's a lot of work though. It's a lot of work. And I actually, fun fact, I'm partially deaf. So especially in my left ear because of an injury when I was a teenager. And because of that, I can't really interpret sound as well. Everything sounds like it's comes through a tin can most of the time. So that's a fun fact about me is I'm partially disabled. Did you guys get the art poster I sent on Instagram? I didn't see anything, unfortunately. Can't say I did. No, we're not going to be using purple, unfortunately. As I've said before on multiple occasions, it just doesn't really shake out as much as we wanted it to. How's it feeling to come back to Sixth Ranger? I mean, I don't know if you noticed the specific color choice for. Oh, right. I always forget I can do this. But no, I don't know if you noticed the specific color choice. Normally, I actually my wardrobe is actually already picked out for Beast Hunters, and somehow it actually doesn't look like crap. I actually really like what we did for my wardrobe. We're doing black leather jacket, this like golden T-shirt, and then these gray pants that I found, and it looks really cool. Mine is the only one that's been fully figured out as of right now. Where we're actually working with, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Beauty Baba Yaga from TikTok. She's going to be our costume designer and our wardrobe person for this. So she's currently in the process of reading over the script and helping us decide for wardrobe. But yeah, dude, it feels really cool. It gives me kind of like this real Jason moment. Like starting as red and now like, multiple seasons go by and here I am back in black and partially gold. The silver's just a bonus. I guess just, I was so cool with Crystal in Gem Paladins, like, rep a little gray for my homie Crystal. Did you get the sound effects from Karam Edits? Did we get the sound effects from Karam Edits? No, I'm not even sure who that is, to be honest. Man, how is this still not open? It's just like locked up. But I feel like if I close out and I go back in, it's gonna crap out again because it keeps deciding to do that. Oh, this is actually a really good question. So how did we decide to start making Power Ranger adaptations? And do I like Gem Paladins or Rail Riders more? Okay, so I'm gonna answer that second question first. I am super biased. And of course I'm going to say Gem Paladins because I was in it, but it's also kind of hard to say that because I directed Rail Riders. So, like, I feel like I have more stake creatively in Rail Riders, but it's hard to say. It's like picking your children, but one of them's the redheaded stepchild, so I kind of have to go with Gem Paladins. As to how we started, so basically this was back in end of 2019. What ended up happening was I discovered what was it called, Grid Defense. It was that Go Busters adaptation that was made a few years ago, and I kind of already knew about fan morphs and all that for a little while, and I was like, man, this is kind of cool. I kind of want to take a stab at this because I had taken like a big long hiatus off of doing film for a while after a really big project failed. I'll probably talk about that one at some other day, called Gotham City Sirens, what I consider my biggest failure in all of my career. So we were coming off that, and basically what happened was I was coming off this hiatus. We're doing a bunch of stuff. We made a bunch of short films. We were really hungry to do more, and I was like, you know what, we should. What we should do is, we should make one of these fan morph videos that I've seen people do. Like, we just get some actors together, we do the morph, and then we transition to Sentai footage. And at the time, my producer Todd knew how to find it, and great for Todd. He is the only reason this has been able to go over as well as it has. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we decided to do that. And the original plan was Lupin Ranger versus Patra Ranger. And me and Derek from Gem Paladins also, we were going to be in there as Lupin Red and Patra and Nigo. And then it was going to be a few other people. It was going to be, who was our cast again? It was Henry Montney was Patra and Ichigo. Kay Wales was Patra and Sango. Jen Pan was Lupin Yellow, and Ryan Wilson was Lupin Blue. And eventually we're sitting there like, it would be really cool. We should maybe like throw maybe some combat in here. I'm an experienced stunt actor. Oh my God, it's finally going. Thank God. I'm an experienced stunt actor and martial artist. So is Henry. And we're like, let's maybe do a thing. And then we start planning for it, and eventually we're like, you know what if we like threw a little bit of like dialogue in there, a little bit of a story of some kind, like do like a quick little, I don't know, 10-15 minute short film of it. And that eventually, that we took that story concept and eventually it just kind of went and just inflated and ballooned, and it got way too big for us way too fast, because more and more people started finding out about it. And then we were sitting there like, shit, what do we do? Fuck. We were not ready for people to find out about this and to, get hyped up about it, because we're still trying to get the pieces put into place. So essentially what ends up happening is COVID comes around, and everything gets shut down, and we're sitting there like, well, I mean, oh fuck, no, darn gee, you COVID, you bastard! I guess we're gonna have to shelve the project. Oh, thank God. So COVID did at least one good thing for us. So yeah, it ended up going that way, and we had to shelve the project for probably about a solid year and a half. And then 2020, I think it was like summer 2021 rolls around, and we're sitting there like, okay, we want to pull this project, dust it off. And we had more of an idea for it. And we're like, okay, so let's do this before we make too big of a thing. And then we end up completely screwing ourselves over. We decided, okay, let's pick another season. Let's make one thing, just one short little thing, and see how it goes. If it does well, cool. We'll go on to do the big thing, which was Lupat. And we were like, okay, so what season do we want to do? What was the most recently completed? Kira Major. Cool. We're doing Gem Paladins. And that's how Gem Paladins came to be. And that's why we only ever did one episode. And we're like, what if we did another, like, just in case, like, the first one does well, but we're not quite ready to do the big thing yet. And so we're like, okay, Zhuoger. I like Zhuoger. Why not? Let's maybe one more. Tokuger hasn't been adapted. Do Tokuger. I love Tokuger. So yeah, fun fact. The original line was supposed to be Gem Paladins, Beast Hunters, Rail Riders. It wasn't until like 2 or 3 weeks before we announced Beast Hunters and Rail Riders, those got switched. So Rail Riders was originally supposed to be season 3. So yeah, it ended up coming down to that, and we've just kind of been going ever since. So yeah, we basically started doing everything because we just bit off more than we can chew, and we managed to salvage it somehow. But if we had done it back then, oh boy, howdy, it would have, taking COVID completely out of the equation. If we had continued to do that, what we were planning to do, at the rate that we were going, it would have crashed and burned. This project would have never came to be, I guarantee you. So, yeah. Have you ever planned on doing a loop back? Yeah, actually, we have, and I've stated this publicly before, and I have no problem continuing to say it publicly. Lupat is the last one we will ever do. When you hear us say Lupat's next, that's the finale. We're gonna pull out all the stops. We're gonna take our foots right off that gas, and we're gonna do the biggest, most insane thing we have ever done in our filmmaking careers. We're gonna take out every trick in the book that we've learned out of every season that we're doing from between Gem Paladins to then, and we're gonna make Power Rangers Underworld, and it's gonna be insane. But it's still a little ways off. Because, there's still a lot of other things we want to do in the meantime. But yeah, the moment you hear us come out and say, hey, Lupat's next, that's the end. How's it feel making more Rail Riders and making new series of Beast Hunters? Honestly, it just feels normal at this point. It's kind of standard to us at this point. Like, we're very experienced with filmmaking and with making stuff and with working on TV shows and doing all this, because again, we're professional filmmakers. I work as a producer, I work as a cinematographer, I work as an editor, I work as an assistant director, I work as a gaffer, I work as I do all kinds of things. So does Todd. We do this stuff, like, professionally. And so essentially, to us, it's just another thing. Yeah, I mean, also it's a passion project that we get to do. But ever since we've gotten past like the first episode of Rail Riders, we did Gem Pounds. We're like, oh my god, we didn't expect this to do as well as it did, and then we did Rail Riders, and then it just did way beyond even our expectations of that. Somehow it managed to blow our expectations out of the water both times. We're like, okay, let's just try not to fuck it up from here and just keep the train moving. Are you going to be repairing and Power Rangers episode 2? I do not understand the question. If you can rephrase that, I can answer it better. When is Beast Hunters coming? If our schedule goes the way that I want it to, most likely I can see our schedule getting derailed at some point. I mean, it's indie film. We're not really working on a budget. I totally see something going wrong at some point and causing a delay. It's not going to be immediately, but I can 100% see it. And, so long as we plan for that delay and, kind of predict what's going to happen, we are more likely to be able to circumvent it and shorten that delay. It could be a delay of a month. It could be a delay of 3, 4, 5, 6 months. That's kind of the difference. So long as we can see the problem coming and we can get ahead of it, we can take that from like a 6-month delay to like a 1-month delay. I'm just using that as an extreme example. I don't see it ever being 6 months. That'd be insane. But my plan is one episode every 2 months from here on in. So we do, we did Rail Riders in October. 2 months later, there's going to be episode 2. So next month, episode 3 should come out in February. Episode 4 will come out in April. Episode 5 will come out in June. And then 2 months later after that, we're going to, again, pending everything goes well, August. So by Power Rangers Day, so by Power Morphicon, we'll have the Beast Hunters theme song. 2 months later after that, Beast Hunters episode 1. So if I am correct, we should have Beast Hunters should premiere October of next year. But yeah, we go into production in 2-3 months. We go into production mid-February. We go into production for Beast Hunters and for our season 4 simultaneously. So we got more information on that coming at Ishocon. So if anyone's going to be near Detroit at the end of January, we're going to be appearing at Ishocon in Novi. So come see us. Out of all the 6 Rangers, the Silver, Orange, and Apex Rangers, are you guys gonna something with all? I'm assuming you mean do something with them. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I have not considered it up till now. Why the fuck haven't I considered that till now? I wouldn't be opposed to it. I would not be opposed to it. But right this second, I don't have any plans. I don't really know what I would do. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, we're also, the 3 of us are still paladins. So it's like, okay, so I feel like it'd be kind of weird to, separate that between we are paladins and we are also 3 6th Rangers. It gets a little wonky. Like, if I can come up with a really cool idea, I mean, hell yeah, I'll do it. I'm not opposed. But at this second, no. If you're to adapt Zenkaiger, what would you call it? It's a good question. I avoid the word. Most people know me. I when it comes to these titles, I avoid the word force like it's the plague. I don't know why. I think the word force in Power Ranger titles bothers me because it's almost like a trope at this point. Like it's realistically, it hasn't even been used that many times in the series itself. It's been used what? Wild Force, Time Force, Mystic Force, Mega Force. I think it's only ever been used like 4 or 5 times, maybe. But usually, when people come up with like fan titles or anything like that, they use Force, and it feels very contrived. It feels it doesn't. It never sounds right. Um, so I know I'd avoid the word force. I'd probably go something more leaning towards the machine aspect. Um, gear. So I'd probably throw the word gear in there somewhere. Admittedly, I don't know off the top of my head. So something gear. I feel like something gear. Data tips filling Power Rangers Power Rangers in the future. You got any tips with me? So what I usually tell people, and this isn't just for Power Rangers, this is also just for making a fan film in general, especially with an action one. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. Keep it short. If you are new to filmmaking, if you do not have an extensive amount of experience, keep it short. Just do not be like, yeah, we're gonna make a series, because I can almost guarantee you it's not gonna go well. Because if you don't have the connections and the resources available to you, a lot of the times things are going to start catching up really, really fast. Like cast might drop out, schedules might not work, stuff like that. Just keep it small. That is my honest recommendation for just filming. Just now if you're not new, if you have experience, when it comes to action, make sure you know what you're doing in terms of fighting and choreography. Many times I see a lot of people who do Power Ranger fan films and who do not have fighting backgrounds or have very minimal fighting backgrounds, and people get hurt or it just looks really, really bad. So yeah, get people who know more than you to help you with the things you don't know how to do. Like with Rail Riders, like we got stunt coordinators and choreographers and all that stuff. People who, at the end of the day, like these are things I can do, but I'm also a producer. I'm a director. I'm behind the camera a lot of the time. These are things I don't have necessarily the time to sit down and focus on. So and at the end of the day, there's also people that are just much better than me at doing this stuff, and those are the people that I call. I'm a jack of all trades, but they say jack of all trades, but master of none. So I do not excel anywhere except, in my opinion, I do excel with directing. That is my forte, but I can do everything else. I can do pretty much, minus a couple of exceptions, I can do pretty much anything on a film set. But I still reach out to the people who know more than me to make it even better. So yeah, just take your time, pace yourselves. Top 3 seasons. Time Force, RPM, in space, in that order. Time Force and RPM often flippity flop and flippity floop, all that jazz and majoo. But yeah. Well, you know what? This has been up for quite some time. Let's do this. Share screen. Window. We're gonna go the W edition. We're gonna share. Oh, yep, that just kind of dawned on me. Like, yeah, I should probably have this over here. Yeah, so I gotta move chat over here for right now. So yeah, this is gonna be some of the sound Rail Riders. But you know what? I should actually probably, because thinking about it, like there's there's a lot of video going on over here, so I think that might be a bad idea. So we're going to go with this screen. Hell yeah. So we're going to go with this one. Because the other one has more information than I want to share right now. What did I do before Power Rangers? A lot of things. I did a lot of things. Like right as we started the project, I was working at the hospital. I worked in what was called DME, or durable medical equipment. So I did things like walkers, breast pumps for new mothers, wheelchairs, stuff like that. I was the guy who like went out and delivered that stuff. And I quit like right after COVID started to calm down a little bit in 2021 because my boss actually passed away very unexpectedly. And I was just like, you know what? I don't want to do this no more. I don't like healthcare anymore. I'm done with it. And then after that, I was a photographer for an engineering company, and I worked there until probably like 6 months ago. And then a bunch of us got laid off for was it like right before Memorial Day? But yeah, like a lot of us got laid off. It sucked, but you know what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bam, 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 bam. I don't remember where I was at. I know it was before here. I think it was right around here. This is where I left off during my last session. Yeah, so I still got to do this right here. Yeah, so since chat's now on this screen over here, because I got to try screen setup, my eyes are mostly going to be over here. So if I don't get around to your guys' questions right away, please forgive me because, yeah, I will be doing just a lot of that. Am I going to be starring in Rail Riders episode 2, or am I going to be in it? I do have a part in Rail Riders, a small voice part that comes in episode 4. I am in episode 4, and that is strictly because we didn't have anybody else, so I just said, fuck it, I'll get in there and take care of it. Yeah, I still remember that. Like we were literally at the studio, and I was sitting there like, damn, we never. Because there was only like a couple of lines. So yeah, like I don't appear as a face actor, but my voice is in there very briefly, in episode 4, but nothing past that, unfortunately. Yeah, that when it comes to finding actors again, especially if you're new, it's rough. A lot of it also comes down to like just where you're from. Yeah. So something I do, as you can probably see, like I have everybody's tracks divvied up, and I even have them colored. So like I got, Marcus ADR 1 and 2, Grunts 1 and 2. I got San, Charlie, Gus, Faye, Tomas. I got the villains down here, and I layer everything. And what I like to do personally, when I do dialogue editing, is I will, especially with Sentai footage, I'll do everything one by one. So I won't do like I won't go through the entire episode. I will go through, like right now I'm going through all of Marcus's lines. And I'll do all of Marcus's lines, and then I will go through, and then I will do all of San's lines, and then I will do all of Charlie's lines, and then I will do all of Gus's lines, and I'll just go through the entire thing like that. I don't know, it helps me keep things more consistent that way, at least to me. That's just my personal process. That's blowing out a little bit there. Let's take that back down to 6. First time coming to your live. I have a question for you. Are you planning to do only 10 episodes just like Hasbro and that I did with Cosmic Fury? Total, absolutely not. I think between all the seasons that we're planning to do, it's up there. It's got a pretty high count. For Rail Riders, we're only doing 5. We have 5 episodes shot. We have 5 episodes planned. One thing, I was actually talking with the cast recently. I'm curious to know how you guys would feel about this. Because I had an idea. I had a really specific idea that I pitched to the cast about doing a 6th episode. And I was like, here's my concept. And everyone's like, this is amazing. Because we could do it in like 2. Realistically, we could shoot it in like 2 days. It would be a super easy episode to do. We would just need really specific wardrobe and a really specific location that I don't know if we could get. But yeah, I think that'd be really fun. And I would love to do it if we're gonna do it. I genuinely don't know. I'd assume probably not, but it would be fun. Even if it was just like we come back like, I don't know, like a year later or something like that. And, we do an extra episode of Rail Riders. Like, I don't know, like, we come back like in like a little while and we're just like, yeah, we're going to do this thing. So what I'm doing right here is actually called a left-right fade. So as you can see, this blue line right here, basically what I do is I take this line, and depending which way I drag it, it'll start fading between your headphones. So like I'm wearing headphones right now. I bring it up and it sounds louder in my left headphone, but it sounds quieter in my right headphone. And if I take it this way, it does the opposite. Now, the reason I do this is if I want to give more of that feel like a character is in one certain direction. So like this specific line that I'm working on here right now, because when we do the ADR, every line is pieced separately. So like this is one line, this is another line, this is one line, this is one line. And, we're just piecing everything together. Like, of course, we when we record it, we even do it that way. We do like 3 takes of every individual line. We don't just record the entire thing and then record the entire thing again. No, we hone in on every individual line. I'm debating bumping this one up. I'm going to bring that up just a little bit. Cool. So yeah, so now I can look for the next Marcus line. It's not until way over here. I can see that one needs to get. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm just leveling. So what I can do is I can automatically change it to a certain decibel rate. So I try to keep everything between 6 to 10 dBs, depending on what exactly the scene calls for. So that's a little sharp, so we're going to bring that down to 8. Yeah, there's this one right here. I can see based off the wave spikes, like that one's going to be pretty loud and even sound super loud. So yeah, you don't want it going too high, otherwise it's going to sound just really piercing to the ears. So I'm going to probably bring that down to 8. This right here is probably one of my favorite jokes in episode 2. Let's say we don't even have 8 episodes. What the hell am I talking about? I'm debating adding a little bit of echo to this. Maybe just like a hair of echo. Let me think. Thinking. My mother. Did something happen to my mom that I didn't know about? Oh dear. This one kind of threw me off for a second. I'm like, hold on a minute. Nothing happened to my mom as far as I'm aware. I mean, unless you mean my dad. I mean, yeah, he passed away. What was this? End of July? Yeah, my dad passed away at the end of July. If you mean my dad, yeah, thank you for your condolences. And if we're going to Power Morphicon, we are planning to. Now, is it going to happen? I mean, we live in Michigan, so getting us all out to California is expensive. So I don't know. Am I going to be playing a villain? Maybe I am. Maybe I'm playing a civilian. You never know. All I'll say is it's really short, and you probably won't even realize it's me. Have I ever thought about using? Are you talking about Ticket? Ticket was in consideration. Ticket and Wagon were both in consideration for Rail Riders, and the biggest reason we cut them out was because just we didn't have enough time, honestly. Yeah, 5 episodes just really wasn't long enough to focus on side characters, so we kept it. What's the word I'm looking for? We kept it as contained as we could. Now, if we were doing, a longer season, I can't now. Hold on. Yeah, no, if we were doing a longer season, I mean, it'd be a different story. Probably like 4% for this. That does not sound right at all. Yeah, no, I don't like that. Let's go to. Let's do some reverb instead. Yeah, we're gonna do reverb instead. And I just have everything listed as Sentai. This is my my preset. This one specifically, though, let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, it sounds really off, and I can't tell why. There it is. I was like, where the hell did my freaking window go? And I found it. Kidna, what are you eating, baby? Kidna, come here. Open that. Open your mouth. What you eating? What you eating? You're supposed to feel it. Feel it. Get it. Ow! Get it. Stop eating plastic, dog, please. Good. There you go. Sweet girl. Sweet girl, yeah. Yeah, you be a baby. So I guess that means no wagon either. Yep, no wagon. No wagons. When Armand found out about wagons' existence, he was just like, "Man, why did we have to cut the thick robot? I'm so pissed." I was like, because we didn't have time or the budget. He's like, I would have paid out of my own pocket to make the thick robot happen. Apparently, Armand just really wanted the thick robot. So we know where Marcus's head is. Okay, that's starting to sound a little better. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Sentai. We're gonna call this one Sentai. I got a little caveat to that. What are you chewing on, you sweet child? I swear to God, this is the same piece of plastic again. I'm gonna be so pissed. All right, back to this. Okay, that's starting to sound good. Didn't change. No, okay, cool. I'm doing a cockpit scene right now. And normally I don't add echo to the cockpit scenes, but for some reason this one just it felt right for this specific scene. I don't know why. We're gonna put that at DCB. We're gonna put that DB10. I have to mix multiple people's voices in here. You know what? Instead, we're gonna do let's do DB11. No, it's still a bit too loud. I'm gonna do DB13. Cool. Man, do you think I would know my own hotkeys? Nope. Oh, not what I meant to do. Sorry about that. Oh, I don't have a hotkey for my surround reader? That's weird. I thought I did. Okay, I guess we're gonna make it. I guess we'll make it number 6. Who came up with the ragdoll? Are you talking about the name? I'm the one who came up with all the names for all the villains. I actually don't know where I came up with ragdoll, admittedly. It's one of those things like I just saw it and for some reason the word ragdoll just popped in my head and I was like, all right, we'll go with ragdoll. Because like you look at it, like it looks like he's wearing rags, and for some it was oddly fitting, and I just kind of went with it. The names for the later villains, I feel like have more fitting behind them. Like you look at them, you're just like, yep, that name makes a lot of sense. But yeah, it was one of those things. Like I didn't know what else to call him. Oh, I love that joke. There's so many jokes in here I love so dearly. Ooh, that might be a little bit too much. I'm gonna bring down that mix. Bring down wet. That sounds significantly better. That sounds significantly better. Put that in the back just a little further. Okay. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. I'm also going to get in right here, and I see this right here is kind of spiking just a little bit. So I wonder if I can just lower just this little bit real quick. Just a little bit. That sounds way better, yeah. Cool. That sounds way fucking better. All right. Oh shit, this is the last Marcus line of the whole episode. I'll be fucked. Oh, at least his last Sentai line. He's got more lines after. Because I only have things divvied up by when it's Sentai. When it's actual dialogue, I have it way up here. As you can see, it's all divvied up by scene number. So like this is scene 10, shot B, take 1, scene 10, shot A, take 2. See, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna start. This is the main thing I wanted to finish out today was just the Sentai footage. Marcus, where'd you go, Marcus? There you are, Marcus. Oh yeah, I gotta bring that way the fuck down. Okay, why aren't you popping up? You should. This Kidna. What you doing on, baby? Yeah, you're gonna give it to me, thank you. You got so many things you can chew on. So many things you can. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. I don't know if everyone has met my dog. This is a Kidna. This is my baby girl. This is my little baby. Some of you who've been on stream with me before, you've seen her. This is my baby. This is my sweet girl. Oh, yeah, who's a good girl? Hi. Yes, I love you. Yes, I love you. You're your baby. Who's your baby? Who's your baby? Yeah, you're your baby. Oh, daddy baby. Daddy baby. This is now. There it is. Get up. I invited this. I shouldn't be telling you to stop. This dog is the one thing in this world that I love more than anything, frankly. Like, yeah. Are you a baby? Are you my baby? I don't know for anyone who's ever watched the anime ReZero. Her name is Echidna, and she's named after a Kidna from ReZero. So whenever people ask me like, oh, do you like, what? How do you pronounce her name, Echidna? Like, like Knuckles the Echidna, Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, oh, did you name her after that? I was like, no, I named her. Like, are you familiar with anime? Yeah. Oh, are you familiar with ReZero? Yeah. She's named after Echidna. Are you familiar with anime? No. And I found out out retroactively, so I could just bullshit people. Whenever people ask me, like, where did her name come from? And big girl. Yeah, whenever people ask, like, where did her name come from? And they don't know anime. I learned retroactively that apparently Echidna was named after the Greek mother of monsters. So when people don't know anime, I just say she was named after Greek mythology. She's not big. She's small baby. She's actually tiny for a pity. She's 3 years old. She is. I don't know what she's mixed with. I know she's not pure. Because most pits are. You put like an actual pit next to her, and she's tiny as hell. Well, she's such a little girl, and I love her, but she is far. Yeah, she's well since done growing. She's a good baby. I love her so much. Oh, hi. Hi, little girl. Oh, what a sweet girl. Yeah. I'm just gonna sit here and love my dog for a minute because, she's a good girl. She deserves it. She deserves all the love. She deserves all the love. She deserves all the love in the world. I love her so much. Like I said, I'm the one who came up with Ragdoll. You ready to get down? You ready to get down? No. You says no. I gotta work. I gotta do stuff. I'm busy, baby. I know. You're so baby. You're so good, baby, so sweet girl. Yeah. Ready? I'm done. Ready? 1, 2, 3, jump down. Ah! All right, back to it. All right. Let's go with. We're gonna go with minus 10 dB on this one because I gotta. This one's gonna be more of a cacophony like last time. Shrink that down just a little bit if it's everybody going at once. What are we sitting at right there? Yeah, I can live with that. Yeah, I like that a lot actually. It feels more lived in. Okay. All right, now since we're done with red, we're gonna slide all the way over. Woman, what are you chewing this time? What is this? Where did you get paper from? Stop chewing things you're not supposed to. Yeah, so now that we're done with red, we go on to blue. All right, so we'll start here. And we're just going to narrow down on blue stuff. That's pretty much already taken care of. So for this one, for blue, ooh, what is going on here, I wonder? There's something weird I'm hearing, but I can't identify where it's at. I think it's at the beginning of this clip right here. Yeah, I think that was it. I fixed it. Cool. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. Cool. You know what? This is a lot less visually appealing. Let's do. Give you guys a better idea what's going on. Is Ragdoll gonna be reappearing? No, Ragdoll's dead. Monster of the week. So yeah, no. So once a monster dies, they're dead. They're gone. They're out of there. The fuck is that? Sync them up. Sync them up. Sync what up? Because everything's pretty synced up. We've had everything synced up for a while. How was your day yesterday? It was good, Matty. I feel your name is familiar. Where have I heard your name before? Forgive me. Have you been on the stream before, or do I actually know you? Well, shenanigans. Who's going to be playing the Orange Ranger? That is Barbara Transjuarez. Yeah, there's a video on our channel of us announcing him like way back in February. So for this one, I'm going to have to, because yeah, these separate way too much. So I'm going to want to bring those up separately. Probably do 8. Ooh, there's a weird little catching mouth sounds. Get rid of that. Bring this down just a little. There's BTS of this scene actually on our channel in a short from like months and months ago. Another one of probably my favorite moments in the entire episode. I would even call one of my favorite Faye lines in the entire series. Streams, yes. Okay, cool. Yeah, for some reason your name sounded familiar because like I keep track of a lot of people who are like in here constantly. You know, because like I like knowing we have people in here consistently, you know. Ooh, what is this? I'm gonna have to cut that all together. It's this weird pop. Ooh, no, we're gonna. We're gonna have to get rid of that because that pop was aggressive. Damn. God, I love that line. It is so funny. All right, fade that out just a little bit more. Where are we coming out at? 12? Let me bring this up. Maybe just a little bit. We'll bring it up to 10. Hi, little girl. Hi, little girl. Are there any Sentai we would skip? I mean, you just got to wait and see, honestly. So I will say this. I would skip King Hter. And I would skip King Hter for one reason. So if you pay attention, so you know, like that with most Power Ranger seasons, like they always have like that little world that they go into. You know, when they morph in, it gives you that time to transition between American and Sentai footage. Yeah, King Hter doesn't have that. They're like Kamen Rider, where they do everything right there. So at least for us, as people who don't have the budget for things like the suits, like we're working on that right now. But the higher end ones, which would be King Hter would be a very difficult build. You know, Zenkaiger, King Hter, you know, with the big shields and stuff. Those would be very complicated builds, at least in our budget range. And it would be virtually impossible because we wouldn't have that in-between space to be able to transition. At least without suits, it would not be feasible. And you know, the way that they do it, the whole green screen world that they have, it's so unique. Yes, there are some scenes that are done, you know, in actual locations, but they are far and few between. So adapting it would be very challenging, frankly. Aaron, I just got your message, man. Thank you. Hold on. Hold this phone. Hold this phone. Hold this phone. Hold this phone. No. I'm pausing what I'm doing. You guys need to see this. This is so fucking cool. And I appreciate it. I genuinely appreciate this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's so cool, man. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. I love this. I'm gonna send this to everybody, dude. This is so cool. Aaron, thanks, man. I love this, man. Thank you. Like, really, Mike, holy shit. Dude. I thought I heard banging for a second. I thought I was like, did my roommate get locked out? All right, we're gonna... go back into this. Yeah, I'm gonna send that to everybody else. That's so fucking cool, dude. Thank you. Oh, I see it. Is Tomas a reference to Thomas the Tank Engine? Yes, it is. If Barbara is here right now, he'd be so giddy to hear this question. So, with all of our Rangers, what we do is we give everyone the... Actually, no, I prefer it like this. We give everyone the opportunity to pick their own character name. So, like, I've said this on stream before, like, you know, I picked Tony and I picked Rick, but I didn't pick Crystal and Amber and Julius. Those were picked by the actors. The reason I do that is because when it comes to these characters, you know, I could come up with any kind of name I feel like, but it's more personal when it's the actor coming up with it, and it allows them to take ownership, and it gives them more free rein to do a better performance. So with Barbaro, he loves his puns. So like with Gem Paladins, he named his character Julius, aka Jules. With Tomas, yeah, he's Tomas the Tank Engine. And when he pitched that to me, I lost my shit. I was like, that's fucking genius. Well, yeah, like usually when I have people pick character names, I give them 3 rules. It used to be 2 rules, and then it evolved into a 3rd one. So my first rule is, per Power Rangers tradition, pick a name that has not been used before. So Tony had not been used, Julius had not been used, Amber had not been used, etc., etc. And we try to stick to that. Charlie from Rail Riders was actually a 2-part exception. So firstly, when Michelle came on, it was originally going to be a girl named Heather Riddle. She had to drop out because of she's a nurse, she's very busy. She had to leave because of a high stress job and all that. And then she had picked the name Charlie or Charlotte because she was from Charlotte, North Carolina. And she was like, okay, cool. I'm going to pick my name as Charlotte. And I was like, let's shorten it to Charlie. So when Michelle came on, we were like right about to go into the studio to do our ADR. And Charlie's name had already been spoken into the microphone by several characters. So unless I wanted to go back through and just like have to re-record all those lines for a new name, I said, no, I'm sorry, Michelle, you're going to be the one exception here. Yeah, I can't. And then I, had completely forgotten that the SPD A Squad Red Ranger was also named Charlie. So minor exceptions, like I said. Rule 2nd is, don't give me a name that sounds like it was a Skyrim character. So don't come at me with something like, I am Agathar Bloodborne, because I'm going to tell you to pick something else, because I'm sorry, that's not a person's name. That's a fucking Skyrim character. Again, I have some exceptions for specific reasons where people can kind of go outside the box on that, but very special exceptions. And the 3rd rule only developed because I said only one person's going to get to do this. Only one. And then once that one person does it, I'm not letting anyone else do it. So, it's a first come first thing was you cannot pick your own name. As in, like, my name is Justin. So I could not pick Justin. Sans, had Blue Turbo, Turbo not existed, I could not use my own name. Autumn could not use Autumn. Miranda cannot use Miranda. Gina cannot use Gina. Derek cannot use Derek, etc., etc., etc. I said only one person can do that. And it was Mark Cooper who named his character Cooper for Beast Hunters for the next season, or Green Ranger. I said, all right, that's our one. So from here on, nobody else. He was my one and only. I don't remember why I only picked it as one person. I almost kind of wish I had just stuck with that rule from the beginning, but I think I heard the name. I was like, you know what? I'm good with it, but nobody after this. The Railway should team with the Gem Paladins. Well, go on our channel right now. There's a video of us. No, is it on? No, it might be on TikTok. There's a video of us all doing a morph together at Yomicon, which was the Rail Riders' first appearance together. And it was the first time the Gem Paladins had all been together in over a year. The Gem Paladins had not been all together in the same room since August of 2022. Yeah, so that was the first time that all six of us have been together and, together for a convention appearance all together as a full team. So, yeah, that was really cool. And so we were like, yeah, we got everybody here. Let's do a big thing. And we did the big thing. And it was great. And I loved it. I enjoyed the streams. You might always see me on the streams because of a Power Ranger fan. Well, I appreciate that, man. We appreciate having you. Is Ragdoll reappearing in episode 2? No, Ragdoll is gone. Not coming back. They're dead. Destroyed. Finito. We don't want a situation like a Megaforce where there's too much talking. I would say there's really not that much talking in this, and what is here serves a purpose. Every bit of dialogue is either driving the plot or it is to make you laugh, like it's an actual joke. But for the most part, there's way more, kias and hayas and stuff like that. But you can see how much space exists between a lot of this. Like, you can see, like, I have grunts on their own separate lines. Look how much space there is for just nobody talking, or just like individual characters not talking for a little bit, but then it's just things like sound effects or a gag or something like that. So I guarantee we got it on lock. I think we should lower the price for suits from $50 to $100. Oh, if we could do that, that'd be amazing. Oh my god. If I could get suits for $50 a piece, holy shit, eh? I'd be able to get these things so much faster. Like, sitting downstairs right now, I have 5 out of the 6 Beast Hunter suits. The only one I do not have right now is Anthony's. I do not have the Red Rangers. His is the only one missing out of my closet currently. It won't take me very long to get. But then I also got to worry about things like boots and gloves and helmets, fucking belts and gauntlets and all this other shit. There's a big reason. Like, it's not just the suits themselves. Like, these things add up, unfortunately, which really sucks, and it costs us money. Money that we don't have. But we do have a Patreon now. So if you want to donate to the Patreon, that helps us out quite a bit and helps us get suits faster. The same person who's playing the Yellow Ranger and Gem Paladin is going to play Tomas in Rail Riders. Yes! Same actor. Different character. Same actor. Think of it like Cole and Decker from Wild Force and Samurai. Both played by Ricardo Medina Jr., but 2 totally separate characters. Like, I'm coming back for Beast Hunters as Rick the Apex Ranger. So, I'm the same actor. Or Miranda Cole, same thing. They're coming back as Willow the White Ranger in Beast Hunters. So it's not Crystal, it's Willow. So same actors, same faces, just wholly different characters. What editing software? I use Adobe. So right now, this is not a proper editing software. This is specifically for audio, and this is called Adobe Audition. So it's used for things like sound design, dialogue editing. But for my actual editor, I use Premiere Pro. I use Premiere Pro. I use After Effects. I use Photoshop. I'm an Adobe. I'm an Adobe guy. Just what I've always known. Just what I've always used. Everyone always says like, "Oh, you should switch over to DaVinci and or to Final Cut and yada yada." It's like, dude, this is what I know. At the end of the day, they're all going to do the exact same thing. They're all going to give me the exact same results. Just, how many times am I willing to let it crash before eventually I just rage quit? If I were to add the Purple Ranger, it would be the conductor. So, yeah, it'd be Dale Dobson, but we're not planning to add the Purple Ranger, so if we were to, it would 100% be Dale. Where is episode 2? You're looking at it. You're currently looking at a still from episode 2. The episode 2 will be out in December at some points, but we need to finish this stuff before we can give you guys a proper time frame as to exactly when that's going to be, because the last thing I want to do is promise a release date and then something happens and I don't finish on time and we blow past that release date, just like we did with Jam Paladins. So, woman, what are you doing? Are you chewing that? No, baby. Stop. Stop. I was saying stop to my dog because she's chewing my chair now. Why are you so antsy, baby? Do you need to get put out? Do you need to get put out there? Do you need to get put outside? No, I don't think you want that. I don't want that either, because then you'll just be whiny and sad, and then you won't leave me alone. All right, yeah, these two definitely got to get lowered. These are grunts, so we're gonna go to. We'll drop it down to 10. This grunt right here, I'm willing to let ride a little bit higher. Excuse me. Just because what's going on, I'm okay with letting that ride just a little bit higher. Debating if I should drop that even more. I should definitely drop this, honestly. Something in me is just saying keep dropping it. It sounds loud to me. Just for what's going on. I feel like this should be softer. Just a little more. Just a little more. There we go. Ooh, that's blown. That's blown. So for this, we're going to go to 6. We're going to peak. There's this weird little. Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay, I know what to do. So instead of doing that, I'm going to do this instead. fucking kidding me right now? Okay, if I just paste that out, just there we go. That sounds so much better. What's this coming out to? It's only coming out to 12? No, that's too quiet. That's too quiet for what this needs to be. Let's go with, we're gonna pop that up to 8. That sounds way better. Excuse me. Okay, moving down. There we go. Moving down the bunny trail, looking for some stuff to do. 7. Fucking kidding me right now. There we go. Oh. So where's that pop coming from? Where's that pop coming from? I think it's just coming from that hard T. I think I'll just have to live with it. It's still fucking hilarious. Think I'm okay with keeping it where it is. There's the next one. We have 7.5 here. Whoa! I see what I did there. I see what I did wrong. I didn't put the negative. Much better. Love it. Love it. I'm loving it. That sounds good. I like that. I got an 8 for this one. These come down. That sounds good. Kind of debating if this should get moved over just a little bit. Here we go. Here's the next song chunk. Really? That went up? Okay. Let's go negative 11 then. Jesus Christ, how is that still so loud? How is this still so loud? I keep fucking... There we go. Yeah. That one always makes me laugh. I don't think. Yeah, I think he doesn't have that many left, actually. There we go. That's what I add. Oh, shit, that always makes me laugh. Let's go with 7. Yeah. So big. Love it. Absolutely fucking love it. Let's go. That's God. God, that sounds so much better. I think he only has like. Yeah, I was gonna say I think he only has 1 or 2 left. Where's the one line that? Oh no, that's not until. That line's not until episode 4. Yeah, okay. That's why I got confused. There was a line missing, and I'm like, where the hell is this? And I realized, no, that line's in episode 4. Drop this down to 13. Slap a little bit of this on there. Love it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. So like I love that we did, which I don't even think we were originally planning to. I think it was actually Jenna who came up with it. She noticed that Faye in the suit here was clapping, and she actually like started clapping in the booth to help match for that. And I'm so glad she did, because I feel like if I had to do it later because I didn't catch it, it would have been a complete pain in the ass. All right, we're moving on to Charlie. First line's right here. Yep. Go 11 this one. I'll give this one just ever so slight leaning to the left. Yeah, that's gonna work. I think that's gonna work. Just gotta make sure I'm keeping this a good spot though. I can only do it very slightly. If I do any more than that, it'll probably. So fun fact: when Michelle got casted, she got casted almost. She got casted within like days we had her in the recording booth. This was actually the first scene that she recorded for. It had because in episode 2, I think this has the most amount of dialogue for Sentai footage. And she just came in and she just barely any direction. She just crushed it. She's like, yeah, I've got experience with like ADR and all that, and with like voiceover or like voice acting. I was like, I did not know that. Well, holy shit. So that helped out quite a bit, just to randomly cast her, and then Michelle's a very professional woman. I love her so much. All right, let's go with. I feel like I should keep these separate. There's a little puff there. A little puff there I gotta get rid of. That sounds so much better. Excuse me, gosh. Why is that clocking in out? That's why. It's because I'm stupid. I think this right here, he's got it clocked down just a teeny bit, a little bit to compensate. There's this weird echo. There's a weird echo in her line right here. I can't tell where it's coming from. Because it sounds great, but I kind of wish it was everywhere. All right. Say this is the next track. Which one is this? Ooh, boy, howdy. Let's go down to 9, shall we? Here's another puff in there. I think how to get rid of it. Yeah. Okay, cool. I know what to do now. This one's definitely going to get brought down some because that's kind of sharp. 15. Oh yeah, it's kind of clipping. Let's go to 6. This could probably use some EQ behind it because I feel those higher frequencies are feeling kind of nasty. Got it. Mm. Yeah, kind of like that little echo effect we're given there. I didn't do it with the Rainbow Line Megazord, but for some reason I just really wanted to give like everyone this little bit of echo when they're in Tomas's train. Hearing some mouth sounds. Probably come out here. Man, this is. Man, this is coming out really sharp. Let's drop that down to. Oh, that's why. Ah. Let's keep going. Let's go back to 10. Yeah, that sounds significantly better, honestly. Take down that mix. Right now, I'm just playing around, see what happens. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that so much. Oh, more and more I'm seeing, the more and more I'm listening to some of these gags, the more I'm like, yeah, there was an idea that Todd came up with a little while ago. I'm like, probably should have done that. Back up to 8. Much better. It's a weird hollow effect going on here. Here we go. Oh boy, that is peaking like a motherfucker. Jesus Christ. I don't want hers to be like, she's got a heart. That ooh is really high pitch. So I want to probably bring that down just a little bit. I want to put some equalizer on it, actually. Much better. Like, holy shit, much better. Let's go. Much better. Okay. Cool. Is that it for Michelle? That's it for Michelle. All right, moving on to Zach. Save there just in case any shenanigans. All right, guys. So I think I'm going to wrap things up there. Thank you everybody so much for kicking it with us for the last hour and a half while I just sit here and listen to things that you can't hear yet. But yeah, episode 2 should be out sometime within the next month. When exactly, I do not know. But hopefully the sooner the better. I have a general idea, but I'm not going to say anything until I have a more concrete idea. Basically, or when this is completely done. As you can see, like we're not totally done yet, but we are very close. We are very close. But yeah, we really do appreciate everybody for all the love and support that you've given us on Jump Paladins, on Rail Riders episode 1, and we are very excited for what's to come, because what's to come is gonna get nuts. All right, thank you guys so much again. We love you all. It's morphin' time.